Tyler Booker, number 52 of the Dallas Cowboys, looks on during Day 12 of Dallas Cowboys training camp at Staybridge Suites, Oxnard on August 7, 2025. The Dallas Cowboys are limping out of the first 3 weeks of the season with a badly beaten-up roster, one that is catching attention for the ankle injury to star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, but whose bigger problem could be trying to survive the devastation that's taken place on the offensive line. On Sunday, Tyler Booker, the rookie guard the team chose with its first-round pick this spring, went down with a high ankle sprain, the injury that KO'd Lamb. Both are expected to require 4 to 6 weeks to recover. Booker joins second-year center Cooper Beebe on the injured list, with Beebe looking at as many as 8 weeks out because of ankle and foot injuries he suffered in Week 2. We are not likely to see the expected Cowboys' offensive line back intact until November. Cowboys got enough here to replace injured players. Because both Beebe and Booker will be out for extended periods, they'll both be on injured reserve, which means the Cowboys do have the option to make some moves, perhaps even a trade, to add depth on the offensive front. There isn't much that is going right for the Cowboys, but the run blocking has been good and the pass protection adequate. The Cowboys are in position to make additions and have ample cap space if they wanted to go that route. But owner Jerry Jones said on Monday that it's not in the plans. "We're early in the season," Jones said. "I really would say that we got enough here to get this done. We got enough. We really do. But it is frustrating not just for this game against the Packers on Sunday, but the fact that you're looking at potentially multiple games. That's frustrating. Offensive line depth is solid. Indeed, the Cowboys do have 2 of the better backup linemen in the league on hand, and are fortunate for that. Brock Hoffman has taken over for Beebe, and there is not much drop-off there. In fact, Hoffman rated a grade of 63.1 at Pro Football Focus, an improvement over the 53.9 from Beebe to start the year. The Cowboys also have the much-tested TJ Bass to fill in for Booker. Bass is an undrafted free agent the team brought in from Oregon in 2023, and while he does not usually start, he manages to get snaps every year. Bass played 343 snaps as a rookie, which was 29% of the team's snaps, according to Pro Football Reference's estimates. He played 315 snaps last year, which was 30% of the Cowboys' snaps. The Dallas Cowboys won't make another trade on par with Micah Parsons anytime soon, but the team could make another trade before the trade deadline this year. Bleacher Report's Alex K. suggests that the Cowboys ought to trade defensive tackle Mazi Smith, who has a 4-year, $13.27 million deal with the team. Smith hasn't lived up to that contract thus far amid 18 defensive snaps in one game, and K projects that the Cowboys could get a 6th-round pick from him. K named the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts as potential suitors. A former first-round pick from Michigan, Smith could give either AFC playoff contender depth on the offensive line. The start to Smith's career has been underwhelming, to say the least, even though Dallas has given him plenty of opportunities, K wrote. Smith has appeared in 34 games and played 848 defensive snaps since being drafted, but has recorded just 54 tackles. It's clear that he's fallen out of Dallas' game plan, especially since the team added Kenny Clark in the Micah Parsons trade, K added. The fact that Dallas has a mostly new coaching staff this season does nothing to increase Smith's chances of becoming a long-term building block. Smith is a 6'3", 337-pound, 24-year-old who could interest teams seeking a developmental interior defender, K continued. If the Cowboys aren't going to develop him, they should be interested in getting whatever they can in return. Mazi Smith addressed early season benching. Smith talked with the media earlier this season about not getting playing time ahead of the Cowboys' Week 2 game. "I'm just trying to do what's best for the team and listen to my coaches and do exactly what they say, whether I'm playing or not," Smith told reporters on September 12 via the Dallas Morning News. Smith also addressed what first-year head coach Brian Schottenheimer told him regarding the matter. The former Wolverine star said he is taking Schottenheimer's call for consistency seriously. "Yeah, it was something I needed to hear from him," Smith acknowledged. "I do, but you can definitely have a real conversation with him and what's going on. He told me he believes in me and he knows what type of player I can be," Smith added. Smith had his first playing time of the season when the Chicago Bears routed the Cowboys 31-14, and Smith didn't tally any stats in his 18 snaps. Overall, he has 2 sacks and 31 tackles through 35 career games. Motzi Smith ignoring social media. Before the season, Smith wanted to make strides in year 3 with the Cowboys. Part of that involved ignoring the chatter about his play on social media, often a burden for professional athletes. The only people that should be expecting anything out of me is our fair base and the people in this building, you know? Smith told reporters in July. If you ain't that, I ain't trying to hear it. And even with a lot of people on social media, I really ain't trying to hear it. That said, Smith doesn't minimize the reality of where the Cowboys selected him in 2023. I'm a first-round pick. There's expectations and all that, Smith said. The Dallas Cowboys don't usually trade for wide receivers midseason, but 2025 might be an exception. CeeDee Lamb's ankle sprain will keep him out several weeks, and without him, Brian Schottenheimer's offense isn't anywhere near the same. In his Week 4 trade block big board, Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report named the Cowboys as a potential trade partner for Carolina Panthers Xavier legette. The Panthers used a first-round pick on the South Carolina product, but they might be talked into moving him, Knox wrote on September 24, adding. While Legette's tape isn't great, he's still a physically impressive 6'3", 227-pound pass catcher with an intriguing amount of upside. His trade value would be buoyed by his first-round rookie contract. A closer look at Legette's game and potential fit. Legette came into the league as Carolina's first-round pick in 2024, number 32 overall. His size coupled with his 4.39 combine dash made him an intriguing prospect to several teams. His rookie year was respectable enough, although he didn't quite put up the numbers Carolina hoped. He finished with 49 catches for 497 yards and 4 scores in 16 games, 13 starts. Through 2 games of the season, he missed Week 3 with a hamstring issue. The box score isn't pretty. He has just 4 grabs for 8 yards, but his raw tools still scream upside. And that rookie contract, his cap hit is $2.8 million this season and $3.3 million in 2026, makes him all the more intriguing. Schottenheimer's scheme thrives on getting the ball into space and letting his receivers bully defenses. That's where Legette makes sense. He's a slant and glance threat who can double as a YC monster on smoke screens, something this offense has lacked outside of Lamb. Dallas loves to use motion to create leverage, and Legette's frame means safeties and nickel corners don't exactly enjoy tackling him in the open field. Should the Dallas Cowboys try to trade for Xavier legette? Dallas' wide receiver situation isn't exactly dire, but it's shakier than it was Week 1. George Pickens will be the clear WR1 while Lamb is out, but he's more of a contested catch artist than YC Demon. Jalen Tolbert has flashed in spurts and should see an increased role, but Jonathan Mingo is also currently banged up. Adding another WR to the mix certainly wouldn't hurt. The primary question would be trade compensation. Carolina's WR's room has been reshaped enough that moving him for draft capital isn't completely out of the question. Knox believes a conditional 2026 third-round pick would be enough to move him, but that might be more compensation than the Cowboys are willing to give. The issue for the Cowboys would be gauging whether their current short-term crisis could lead to a long-term opportunity for Legette. They need a big-bodied mover who can keep the offense on schedule without Lamb, but they're not going to want to give up a third-round pick for a question mark at wideout. Then again, few folks thought Jerry Jones would send Micah Parsons packing, and he did. A trade for Legette would feel a tad surprising at this point, but anything is possible in Jerry's world.